Okay, let me check whether my bookmark is correct or not. Okay, so class, basically, we are supposed to be in the compendium of the matter. All right. Okay, so we get the matter. Let's take a look. Then we will be finish the introductory verse, enumeration of material phenomena, and the classification of the matter. Let's take. Okay, I check my this. My bookmark. We are supposed to be in the classification of the matter, and I think we already finished all this. We call it as the manifold already. Now we should come to the originations of the matter. So, Sally, is the bookmark correct?
Sorry, Sifu, the last two lessons I didn't attend.
Okay.
So I don't know whether it's correct or not.
Yeah, Mr. Leong, we're supposed to start the four mode of origin. Is this correct, Mr. Leong?
Correct.
Correct, huh? Yeah. Okay, class. Well, before we start, we talk about the origination of a matter. Let's try to think about that. Class, you see, the matter we know that mostly you can say is the cell within the body, or if you go subtle, could be like a quantum physics perspective or whatever. So maybe we just should ask ourselves, okay, where is the cell of our body come from? Okay, yeah, Samantha, okay, can you suggest a mood, the origin of our matter?
Very simple.
I'm asking that, you see, now we keep on surviving, our cell keep on, come and go, replenishing process. So what is, is there anything contribute the growth of the cell of the body?
I think every day our cells continue to die and grow new cells, keep on reproducing.
Where is the source to make it surviving, sustaining?
Our blood.
No, our food. Yes, not the bread, food. Every day we eat, you see or not? So that's why once you stop eating, then I think maybe scientifically proof that more than 10 days, once your muscle and the internal organ have been burnt out, it's time which is irreversible. You sure will die. So meaning to say that food is one of the origin where the cell comes from. Besides the food, Mr. Leong, would you like to suggest anything else besides of the food?
Our consciousness.
Your consciousness, what type of consciousness of you contribute,
Wholesome consciousness.
Wholesome consciousness. If that's the case, can you eat nothing? Just think about the wholesome consciousness and let the cell grow up. Okay, try to suggest. Okay.
The nutriments.
Mr. Leong, yes.
The nutriments of consciousness.
Nutrient consciousness. You mean that when you feel happy that it may contribute some cell? Is that what you mean? When you feel happy, when you feel sad, there will be the different matter will be produced, right?
All right.
Right. Yeah. So that's why during our childhood, we must have a weather binocular because before asking anything, we have to know the mood of our parents. So we must have a weather binocular. Check the weather first. Oh, it's sunny. So you can ask anything. Well, if it is gloomy, okay, cloudy, okay, better don't ask. See or not? So meaning to say that the face tell people that are you happy or not happy? So it must be able to produce some cell biologically. How about Sally? Yes.
Breathing. You have to breathe.
The breathe. The breathe.
Yeah. You don't breathe, you die.
No. I mean contribute the cell of the body. You mean oxygen contribute the cell of the body?
It does, no?
It does. You try to suggest because okay. Well, one more thing is quite close to a science. Actually, it's supposed to be the mitochondria. Remember or not? Mitochondria is the energy in our cell, and it is a power cell. You know, it is a power plant against our cell. Let's take a look. Mitochondria. You see, you know me very well. You see, I searched for it before. Now, this is a mitochondria within the cell number 9. You see, then we go to check for AI. Mitochondria. In English, what we want is AI. Yes, we want the Chinese. Okay, let's take a look. You see, mitochondria adalah bahasa Malaysia. Hewa tumbuhan berfungsi pusat pembangkit energy. See or not? So that's why, but in Abhidhamma, they don't have a concept of a mitochondria. They call it as a source. They call it as a, how to say, 地水火风是香味是树，地水火风they call it as a fire element within the cell of the body. Of course, I mentioned now, it could be cell, it could be atom, sometimes it's very confusing. Okay, so we know that also this is the major source of the cell from the body. So now we go to the text, see how the text to explain all this type of stuff. I had to wait for Elena coming. Mr. Leong, once Elena come, I will try to let you try to observe the 4 elements. Because you all have a good fundamental of the samadhi already, see whether can it appear or not. We experiment today a little bit.
Okay.
Speaking of devil, Ilana came already. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Lau, can you please read the passage first? The origin of the matter, please.
Sorry, I see for which page is it?
What page? 247.
246.
246 is the origination
okay.
of
Thank
matter.
you.
Yeah, please. Okay.
The 4 modes of origin. Material phenomena originate in 4 ways, from karma, consciousness, temperature, and nutriment. Karma as a mode of origin. Therein, the 25 kinds of wholesome and unwholesome karma pertaining to the sense sphere and the 5 material sphere produced in one's internal continuum, volitionally conditioned material phenomena originating from karma, moment by moment, beginning with rebirth linking. Material phenomena originating from karma. Karma here refers to volition in past wholesome and unwholesome states of consciousness. The 25 kinds of karma that produce material phenomena are the volitions of the 12 unwholesome chittas, the 8 great wholesome chittas, and the 5 fine material wholesome chittas. The volitions of the wholesome immaterial sphere chittas generate rebirth in the immaterial plane and thus cannot produce material phenomena originating from karma. Karma produces material phenomena at each sub-moment among the 3 sub-moments of consciousness, arising, presence, and dissolution. Starting with the arising sub-moment of the rebirth linking consciousness, it continues to do so throughout the course of existence up to the 7th mind moment preceding the death consciousness. 18 kinds of material phenomena are produced by karma. The 8 inseparables in the 9 groups produced by karma, the 5 sensitivities, the 2 sex faculties, the life faculty, the heart base and space. Of these 9 kinds, the 8 faculties of the heart base arise exclusively from karma. The other 9 kinds arise from karma only when they occur in the karma-born groups. Otherwise, they originate from the other causes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, Mr. Leong, you guess it right or just you guess it by you guess it right by luck or by peeping? That consciousness is correct or?
By wisdom.
Oh, by wisdom. Okay. We shouldn't underestimate you, Mr. Leong. Oh, Elena, you try to convince Cecilia to present but fail. So your marketing power not good enough, Elena.
No, Sifu. She already said Abhidhamma she cannot follow, but she's still following on history of Buddhism.
Okay, so meaning to say,
Achieve 50%.
yes, 50% successful and 50% commission only. Okay, so class finish, highlight. Okay, 11 done now. Okay, class, for this, we talk about the karma group. Basically, just now we talk about what's the origin of our material. We forget karma. Actually, karma is so important, you know. You see, class, actually, you see, you know not. If somebody got psychic, the moment you pass away, actually they will know that next life once you're reborn, number one, they will know that whether you are handicapped, especially eye, ear, nose, tongue, because this is a karma produced. Second, some people they don't have any sex organ, or they possess both sex organ, or they have any anomaly in the sex organ, they will also know that. One more is the heart base. Sometimes the case we're referring that the baby, especially the infant, once they just born, they check their heart, they got some hole in the heart. See or not? So usually doctor will say, oh, there's a genetic problem, or that's the most they can say. But anyway, you can refer back. It's something related to the karma, because all this we call it as a karma produced material. Class, take a look. Why do we say so? It's because of this. Okay, we check the diagram again. Okay, please go to this list of the table. Okay, then we'll go is for this. Let's see first. Diagram. Okay, let me check. Okay, we go to chapter number 5. Okay, playing it's a fourfold result of the process of the death and the rebirth. Okay, page 225, please. Okay, we go to the page 225. Page 225. Okay, so class, take a look. So this is as we mentioned, as we know here, we call it as what this is the death and the birth. See, so class, for the upper diagram, you see is what we see. One is the old life, one is the new life. See or not? So once is for the old life. You see, do you see they got 5J or not? Class, take a look. Or you just take a look to the screen now. You will see 5J. This is the Jawana. So the Jawana. For the last Jawana, we call it as Jawana before the death. There will only 5 only, and within these 5, our karma nimitta. Our karma, the nimitta, Patipaga nimitta. How to say that? The karma, yi xiang and qu xiang, the side of a karma, and the destination of a karma all will appear here. So usually, from here we'll know that where will you go for a new life? You see that? This is the new life. If let's say, class, you for this life, for the old life, you have done a lot of, for example, just the bad karma, you prefer killing, you have done a lot of killing. So from here, actually, you've got sickness appears that maybe you're still reborn as a human, but will be the bad quality human. Then for the next life, maybe you will be blind, or you might become a deaf, because maybe you prefer eating the eye of a fish, or you do sort of this kind of karma. So the moment you die, here will appear your destination. And the destination, if somebody got psychic, they're able to read, they will know that, oh, this guy in the next life, he will become a blind people inborn. So genetically also, they will notice that maybe once you're reborn, your eye don't have any retina. Maybe just scientifically they mention in this way. But we know that for the retina in your eye, let's take a look. The retina in your eye, we call it as karma-produced material. So you don't have this part because in the past life, you keep on, taking the eye from the fish. Got this thing happen? No, people prefer eat the eye of the fish. Is this happening? Yeah, Mr. Long, yes. Got. Oh,
Got.
what type of fish? People prefer eat what eye of the fish?
I think any fish that is steam.
Oh, the eye will be very delicious. They just take the eye to eat.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it sounds a little bit horrible. Huh? So yesterday, I was interviewed by the Tizang Jing. I was given the Dharma talk for the radio FM for the Tizang Jing. Well, the case is the Guangmu Nü prefer eating the eggs of the fish. So finally, the mother end up reborn to the hell. That is the case of the eggs. But here, because the defect is different of the body kind, it's begin the organ. So we know that maybe quite some correlation karma be there. And if let's say you don't have the tongue, is the tongue of the cow also one type of the dishes? Is one type of cuisine, the tongue of the cow? Yes or no? Heard about that or not? Yeah, the tongue of the cow. Then what else? The organ of the animal people prefer eating. The ear. What ear of animal people prefer eating? Pig. Oh, eating eating the ear of pig. How about the nose? What animal they prefer? Eating the nose, no lah. Okay, but the tongue, yes tongue I heard about is the cow one. So you see, class, meaning to say that if let's say the karma is the same type of reborn, so you take the eye, so finally next life you become a human without the nerve of the eye, the retina of the eye. It could be happening this way because this is one of the karma produced material. So class, you see, this is the sentence that appeared in this part, you see. Class, take a look, you see. Here I mentioned here, you see that. The eight faculty, you see, the five sensitivity, meaning to say the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the two sex faculty are sex faculty also. Well, some people they asked me before, they said that if let's say because now is the best way to control the cat and the dog is you try to remove their genital organ, right? So people maybe you ask, will we come back to let's say you are the doctor perform all the removal operation. Finally, what happened? What is the consequences? Yeah, Elena, what do you think? Will it come back next life or you will become like illness or something like that? Because you have done a lot of operation to remove the genital of the dog and the cat.
If you were to discuss like this, yes, maybe next life, the doctor, after he got reborn, their genital might not be normal.
Okay.
But then, to me, I don't know. I think it could be between humanity and what. So many stray cats all over, fighting all over, no food and things like that. So it might be good to what's the word they use to castrate? Not castrate. What's the word? To the cat or the dog so that they don't just keep giving babies and nobody look after them, which is even more cruel. All you can see all the babies dying on the street and the drain and so on.
Yes, Elena.
So which is supposed to be the way.
Oh, okay. So Elena, I understand what you mean. Actually, what you want to try to say is 节制I think you try to mention is the intention is something should be considered, right, Elena? Right.
The intention, yes.
Yes, the intention. Why you want to do this kind of stuff? You do this just for your fun, or maybe 节制 I think this is, yes, number 7, 结扎 English.
Spray them or what? Spay them.
结扎 wait lah. Okay, this one.
Neuter.
Ligation.
Ligation.
Ligation, I think you should correct word, right? Ligation. Ligation, a thread or wire used for tying something, the blood vessel. Okay. Neuter, ligate. Neuter. So this is the common word, neuter.
Yeah.
Okay, meaning to say neutralizing, how to say? Neuter the animal, right? Neuter the animal, including both sexes, right? Both sexes. Okay, yeah, Elena, I think the intention is important.
Spay is for female.
Oh, spay for female, neuter for male. Spay, how to spell the spay? Let's see first. Spay. SPU.
SPA.
Okay. Okay. Tupal ligation. Vasectomy. This is for you, for the man. Okay. Yeah. SPU. Okay.
SPA.
SPS.
AY.
SPAY.
SS for Superman. Then
Penang.
Okay. Then
Australia.
Yugoslavia. Why? Yeah, this one, right? Oh, Cecilia coming. Yeah. Elena, your marketing and sales successful already. You get the full commission. Okay, yeah, spay. Okay. Refer to the veterinary surgical operation procedure removing the ovary and uterus of the female. Yeah, spay and the neuter. So, well, I think which is more appropriate is you should consider the intention. That is how should I put it? Intention is important. If let's say you just remove the organ, maybe for food or what, some people they like to eat, because for Chinese people they believe that how to say the certain part of the body you eat, it can enhance the part of your body, right? This is a Chinese quite wrong perception, but some I think is correct, like the brain, like a walnut, it looks like a brain, so it can neutralize the brain. It's due to the omega-3. Some might be correct. So meaning to say that intention is very important. So we don't look at the case like this. Like China, if the doctor don't really do this type of how to say vasectomy and the spaying operation, it will end up overpopulation. Then even worse to control the country. See or not? So the intention is very important. But anyway, if let's say I reborn for the faculty eye, ear, nose, tongue, which is not quite perfect, usually it's because you become the bad quality of the human, and maybe of course you should reborn to the three woeful state, but just somehow you got some good karma, push you up a little bit, become a human. But anyway, since your karma is still so bad, so anyway, even become a human, you still are bad quality of the human. Or number 6, okay, it's one of is the first case. Second is you are in the three woeful state, but after some times you already enough the suffering. So before you reborn to become a good quality of human, the third rooted, but you have to go to the rootless human first. So it goes step by step like that. So anyway, there is the rootless human, there which is which come with the without imperfect of the faculty. In Buddhism, usually we call it as an obstruction of learning Buddha. If you are, if you are deaf and also you cannot hear. The reason is because I think during Buddha time, there's maybe sign language is not common. So all the Dharma could be conveyed only through the speech. If you cannot hear, then you cannot speak and you cannot see. Of course, you don't have any affinity anymore with the Dharma. Okay, but nowadays, maybe we need somebody to prove it. You try to teach Anapanasati to the blind or the deaf people, see whether they can have a samadhi or not. What do you think, Sally? You think could they produce a samadhi? You teach to the deaf or the blind people, Anapanasati, you think?
It depends on that person, Sifu. If that
How
person has
intellectual
the
they are.
affinity, if the person got the affinity, they can, I suppose.
Your affinity means the intellectual.
The affinity means if they have already done it before in their past lives.
Done with the past life, yeah.
And they
past
can
life,
do it
yeah.
now.
You mean they have done both good and bad past life karma all come together to them.
Yeah.
So here, usually the Dharma mentioned in this way, but I think it is good that we don't how to say that if we met this type of people, if we say that, according to our Dharma, it is in this way, well, it could be very cruel. It's just like it's a sentencing for them. So it's good to let them to try first. Maybe there will be something. And then if let's say why they say that usually the blind people or the deaf people, they're quite hard to produce a samadhi. I think also maybe because certain thing, something wrong in their brain also. You see, in order to produce the nimitta, usually once nimitta appear, usually whole brain of the nerve will be occupied. It could be used. So our three-rooted people, usually their brain could be properly functioned and it could be used up. And also for the sexual anomaly people, basically the hormone is very abnormal. So it ends up they will become prostitute or they will be end up in some quite bad consequences. But of course, some special cases are like the lady at Jess Chong, she's maybe got some exceptional case, highly educated and even successful in the artist career, but not many. But if let's say they try to meditate, they cannot success. I think must be something wrong in the brain because the brain involved to make the nimitta appear. Okay, so this is how we try to deduce from a modern case. Okay, class, let's take a look. So this is what we mentioned here. See? Okay, heart base, I just not mentioned, or maybe if the heart base we define as the whole is the real our heart, so maybe some hole is maybe in the heart. Okay, and for the fine sensitivity, if it involves the brain one, usually it's very hard because our Dharma friend Yodi, her brother opened a center for the mental retarded people. And I remember I tried to pay a visit. He tried to ask some looks. A normal to show us that this is the kids. They try to try to educate. But inside one, they're actually if you go very serious mental retard, they look like an animal. Some they will just they don't know that even the bowel movement, they don't understand that it's a facet. They play over it, or they're just naked like that. You will notice that it's really a low quality of human. It happened in this center. But Yudi brothers actually his standard end up with about 40 to 50 these are children. Actually, it's not his purpose, I think he just have a first child, or maybe he just have a first child mental retarded. He try to, he's very compassionate people. He try to educate them but finally I don't know why people they just cannot they don't feel any lack of freedom with this type of children, or they don't know they don't have enough the knowledge to make them grow well. So one by one they just dump their children to Yodi brother. So now end up become 40 to 50 in his center. So he run a fundraising every year. If let's say you are touching with this type of issue, you can contact Yodi, pay a visit, or maybe just donate some money for them. I remember got one case, also our Dharma friend, he is quite same age, I think about 60 to 70. She abort the baby. She tried to abort the baby because at that time, financial incapable. So she tried to drink some Chinese herbs to remove the baby, to abort it, but not successful, not successful. Don't know whether the calculation or what, a menstrual or what. So finally the baby come out. But the baby come out is the baby with the mental health healthy, but blind, So during the childhood, finally she also got this baby also got a few siblings. So the siblings feels very pitiful to their sister. This is the elder sister, So they said, oh, don't send her to this type of center because this type of center, now I think this lady about quite same age like me already, 50s plus already. At that time, they don't have a good center to nourish them or to educate them. So they insist to make him stay. So finally, she stayed without learning any sign language or whatever. But it ended up becoming a catastrophe. Why? Because she's very smart. She has his own way to communicate. During the siblings, all is very young age, they will show support to each other. But finally, all the siblings grow up, they marry, When they marry, they got another partner. Not all the partner can tolerate this type of the sister, Because one, they cannot see, they cannot hear. They just have a very simple sound to communicate. And their mood also very changing drastically. They might be buff in the midnight. And then we have, and they feel that they can really, how to say, they can emotionally threatening you, They can emotionally play over you because she's smart actually, Oh, and then sometimes she will use her way to express that, okay, maybe you think that I'm useless now, but you cannot abandon me. I will hate you. She will express this sort of language to the siblings and the mother, So I don't know. So the mother finally end up with some depression. So she also regret that why she abort the baby, but finally the baby not successful, end up in this type of situation. So usually, if let's say this lady asks the mother to come, the mother cannot lick. If lick one, he will just throw everything out and break the thing, something like that. Now I don't know what they can't do anything. Just try to be tolerant. And now most of the siblings they have already living already because they got their own family. So what suggestion you have for this type of case? For this type of case, this type of karma? Yeah, Mr. Leong. Yes.
No, Sifu, I want to ask a different thing regarding just now the diagram.
Oh yeah, yes, the diagram. Yes, let's show the diagram. This diagram. This one, right? Yeah. Any question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Regarding the rebirth consciousness, after the rebirth consciousness on the new life, B1 to B16, what moments are these 16 moments?
Bawanga.
Bhavanga, okay.
Yes, B stand for Bawanga. Yes. So this is the Bawanga moment. So we need to go through the 16 Bawanga moment that we start have our first Jawanda. So meaning to say that because this new life must be in the fetus. So in this moment, I think maybe the brain start functioning, maybe can hear a little bit sound, sort like that. So the Jawanda still could be active, but just not for all the organs. Maybe just the Manu only. Manuvara, meaning to say the brain still working only. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So that's the case. We try to talk about this because Abhidhamma, we just go through this very boring. We need some case study. So class, let's take a look. Material phenomena originated from karma. That is the volition, cetana. In the past, wholesome and unwholesome. See or not? So our past life could be wholesome, could be unwholesome. Within three realms, meaning to say, it's our I mean the rupa, arupa, and also our desire realm. Basically, arupa, they don't have any material. So there's no such thing of material origin from the karma, no such thing. Just the deva, earth, the rupa jhana, and earth, and some deva in the desire realm, we all have possessed our body. Okay, possess the body. So that's why our body, we have we have a material. But anyway, for the rupa jhana, since they don't eat any food, so they don't have. The rupa originated from the nutrient. They just have from the consciousness, from the karma only. So that is the different things. Now you see, since in the class for this immaterial sphere, they also cannot produce material in the simple way that they also deaf. They are all deaf. They cannot hear dharma. This is the reason why in our dharma we call it that the obstruction. There will be eight obstructions in learning the dharma. The arupa jhana are included because you cannot produce the material, meaning to say that you cannot hear. Then how do you understand Four Noble Truths and Eight Noble Paths? Cannot. Okay, so same. They are just like the bad quality human. They are quite same with them. And let's take a look and see it. They say consciousness arising, present, and dissolution. So 17 my moment preceding the death consciousness. It will just up to that moment. Let me show you one more diagram. Plus, so this is okay. So this diagram is in Chinese. You don't understand, doesn't matter. Here we just tell you that this is the rupa originated from the karma. So this is a 17. So meaning to say that after 17 moment you die, then the material origin from the karma will stop producing anymore. So meaning to say it can survive for quite long for this. So in the simple way that if let's say you are inborn, you don't have any cell in the eye, ear, nose, tongue, basically you cannot change this fate already. The only thing is you have to pass away and just abandon this present body and then wait for another good body and come with you by having all the faculty. Okay, how about modern science nowadays? If you are inborn, cannot hear and see, can modern science do something make you hear or see or not? Can or cannot? Cannot. Sally, cannot. Oh, what they do? They put some nerve in the ear and the eye.
No, they have some sensory thing to put the ear on. You can
I mean,
hear.
it's an inborn one, no. They're not handicapped due to the accident, so inborn, they totally don't have any nerve in the ear and the eye, not due to the accident. That's a different story. If you are normal, then you got accident, then with some scientific equipment, that will be a different story. Now we talk about is the inborn, you are handicapped, Sally.
Because I have seen some stories saying babies who are born deaf, they put something that the baby can hear.
You start hearing okay. So meaning to say that if let's say they can hear, then I think maybe we have to change. But it have to depend how effective they're hearing. If let's say once the baby become adult, they can listen to the Dharma and really can practice. So we have to remove them from the list of the eight obstruction of the learning Dharma already. All right, we have to change the Dharma already, the definition. Okay, let me show you a class. So this is the terminology we are using to describe them. We call it as a Pak Nan. Okay, Pak Nan. Pak Nan. Pak Nan 3. Okay. It's about learning the Dharma. Pak Nan. 学佛 Pak Nan. 西语学佛 Pak Nan. Okay, yes, this is correct. So let me put to the English. Okay. Yeah, yes. So the proper terminology is the 8 difficulties or 8 unfree condition. Usually 8 difficulty, I think, is more common. 8 difficulties. 8 difficulties. Okay, let me show that. EIGHT, 8 difficulty. Difficulties. 8 difficulty in the Buddhism. So class, let's take a look. So this is the 8 difficulty. Okay, hell, hungry spirit, animal. Okay, blindness, deafness, and the dumbness. Yes, this is the physical impediment. Okay, then also include the understanding of the Dharma. Okay, so number 6. Okay, then what else? One more is this. Okay, a long life heaven also. Long life heaven meaning to say that they absorb in the pleasure. Besides absorb to the pleasure, they also cannot listen. They don't have eye faculty. So this case usually is for the teacher of the Shakyamuni. So the teacher of Shakyamuni once he was hugging Prince Siddhartha. He was happy in the moment. Later on, he was crying. He was crying because he know that when he reborn in the long life heaven, he don't have any eye faculty to listen to the Dharma from the baby Prince Siddhartha. Okay, so that is we call it as 8 difficulty lah. So this is relate to we call it as a karma. Material phenomena originated from the karma. So this is the one. Okay, now we go to the next one. It's the consciousness as the mood of the origin. Yes, Samantha, can you please read the passage?
Arupa vipaka.
No need. Sanskrit, no need. Just the 75 type.
The 75 types of consciousness, excluding the immaterial sphere, resultants, and the 2 sets of 5-fold sense consciousness, produce material phenomena originating from consciousness, beginning with the first moment of the life continent. But they do so only at the moment of arising. Therein, the javanas of the absorption also uphold the bodily postures, but the determining consciousness javanas of the sense sphere and direct knowledge consciousness produce also bodily and vocal intimation. Herein, the 13 javanas accompanied by joy produce smiling too. Material phenomena originating from consciousness. Material phenomena produced by consciousness spring up starting from the arising moment of the first Bhavanga Chitta immediately after the rebirth consciousness. The rebirth consciousness does not produce consciousness-born matter, since at the moment of rebirth, the matter that arises is born of karma, and because this consciousness is a newcomer to the new existence, the 10-fold sense consciousness lacks the power to produce matter, and the 4 immaterial resultants cannot do so, since they arise only in the immaterial realms. According to the commentators, mental phenomena are strongest at the moment of arising, material phenomena strongest at the moment of presence. Consciousness, therefore, produces matter only at its arising moment, when it is strongest, not at the moments of presence and dissolution. the jhana of absorption, etc. The maintenance or upholding of the bodily postures is a function of states of consciousness. The 26 jhana of absorption perform this function minimally by maintaining the body in a sitting, standing, or lying position. The other 32 Jittas mentioned, the determining consciousness, sense sphere jhavanas, and direct knowledge Jittas, not only uphold the posture, but also activate bodily and vocal intimation. 13 produce smiling too. An ordinary whirling may smile or laugh with any of the 4 Jittas rooted in greed and accompanied by joy, or with any of the 4 great wholesome Jittas accompanied by joy. Trainees smile with 6 of these Jittas, the 2 connected with wrong view being excluded. Arahants may smile with 1 of 5 Jittas, the 4 joyful great functionals, and the rootless smile producing Chitta.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. Class, raise hand, please, once you finish. Okay, class, since now we talk about material phenomena origin from the consciousness, so we have to go back to the table. Let's me check first. This is the table. Let's see. Well, smiling posture. Yes. Okay. Okay, class, this is the table it shows us. Well, from this table, I think you might feel quite boring with this table. Okay. Let me try to make it interesting with a different table. Okay, let me close it. Okay. Then let me open it again. Okay. Okay, a list of the table. We go to the table number 20. Let's see. Yeah, page 28, please, class. 28. Okay, yes, this is the table. Okay, class, let's take a look. Since we talk about the rupa originated from the consciousness, so meaning to say that in the number one, we got 89 of the consciousness. Okay, we have 89 of the consciousness. So we try to see what are the phenomena could be produced by them. Number one, we try to exclude those consciousness which is so weak to produce, the rupa. To produce the rupa. Here the topic is, wait, let me see first. It's the material origin from the consciousness. Number one is regarding this one, class. I don't know whether can you remember or not. For this, the rootless chitta, basically all the rootless chitta here, they are too weak to produce any rupa. They cannot produce. So what are their function? Basically, their function is try to help our jhana to appear. For example, let's take a look. Okay, for example, for this diagram. So this is a very common diagram we used to see. Okay, okay. Now, class, you see, for example, you try to see something. Okay, in order to once you see something, it will reflect in the retina, and one connective process is running. Then from here, it come back to our manuvara. Connective process will run again. Basically, so this is number one, is the I faculty consciousness connective process. This is the manuvara consciousness process. The most crucial one is the jhana. They create the karma. But before they create the karma, they need all this type, we call it as a rootless. This is the determining, it's the volition, it's the investigating. We need them to path the root in order for the jhana to appear. So this is all the consciousness, we call it as the determining, investigating, and then the consciousness and the mind averting. So class, do you remember or not? This type of consciousness, do you remember? So they are the one cannot produce any, any material. They cannot. Then besides them, second is what? The second thing we try to refer is the immaterial sphere. Basically, since this is the vibhaka, they cannot produce any material. So what material they can produce? From the consciousness, number one is talk about the smiling. How should we put it? Class, we just take a look to the, especially you will see the words regarding, is the joy accompanied by the joy. So meaning to say that they are the one will support us. To have a gesture of the smiling. Let's take a look for this. I think here it's not. Okay, let me show you one diagram. This one, Chitta at the class, Chitta and Chitta at the class. Okay, Okay, class, let's take a look. So if, this is a totally 89 consciousness. If let's say class, you will see the mental pleasure. If you see the great rooted and the mental pleasure, meaning to say this is the consciousness make us smile. And including what? Including the arahant. So you see, once we are greedy, we are in the greedy state, unwholesome, with the mental pressure, we start smiling. So this is all help us to have a gesture of smiling. This is to help us. And besides, functional is for the Arahant. Arahant also will smile. If Arahant eat the very delicious food, they will say, oh, the food is very good. I'm so happy. So this is also with the mental pleasure. So the functional is for the Arahant, if let's say they smile. Besides this, then the rest, of course, so this is produced them smile. Then the rest of all this, we call it as a result of, produce the wholesome karma, and also result for the rupa jhana. Your class here, you see that this is we call it as form sphere, produce wholesome karma. All these are the wholesome karma. They will support us standing and sitting. That's why if you attain first jhana, why you can just sit very still for a long time? It's because it helps. This is the first jhana. The wholesome consciousness produce the posture for you to sitting. Why do we say so? Class, let's take a look. You see, this is the standard karma here. You see. Now you see, the maintenance of upholding of the bodily posture from where 26 jhana of the absorption. That is the samadhi. They will keep you sitting, standing, and lying. And one more very exceptional is the direct knowledge, even though the psychic. Okay. Besides all this posture, they also help you in the bodily and the vocal intimation. You can speak. You say, "Hey, please come," and you will speak something. Why? It's because of the consciousness from the our desire realm. This group, class, this group. This is the products, wholesome karma. They are the one to make us talk and also make us have a gesture. Basically, they are beautiful, rooted, mental pleasure or with equanimity, prompt or unprompt. So they are the one. Anyway, the detailed calculation, we just ignore it. So that because it will be very boring. And then just remember that smiling or laughing is due to the greed and also the joy. Okay, that is from here. Now we go to the next one. We call it as temperature, the mitochondria. Yes, okay. Cecilia, can you just read the passage? I think it is big enough for you to read. Temperature as the mode of origin, please.
Temperature as a mode of origin. The fire element, which comprises both cold and heat, on reaching its states of presence, produce, according to circumstances, both internal and external material phenomena originating from temperature. Material phenomena originating from temperature, beginning from the stage of presence at the moment of rebirth linking. The internal fire element found in the material groups born of karma combines with the external fire element and starts producing organic material phenomena originating from temperature. Thereafter, the fire element in the material groups born of all four causes produce organic material phenomena born of temperature throughout the course of existence. Externally, temperature or the fire element also produce inorganic material phenomena such as climatic and geological transformations.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We stop here. Okay.
Thank you.
Temperature. Okay, class, let's take a look. Basically, just now we mentioned that maybe nowadays the organ of the cells involved, it should be the mitochondria. This is how we try to relate mitochondria. But anyway, there's one thing quite hard to use the modern science to explain is regards the nimitta. During the meditation class, some people will see the light appear as a nimitta. So how the nimitta produce? Actually, they are produced by the fire elements within our cell. Even though now I can find quite hard to tell you within the cell, which part is considered as a fire element. Also maybe mitochondria. I don't know what else to relate. Okay, you see a class, once this fire element is very strong, they will keep on producing many material. And most of the material, they will possess of a different color. They will have a color. When the accumulation of the color, so during meditation, you will see the color appear. And the color could be different. Sometimes could be red. Sometimes could be, indigo. It could be yellow. Why the color could be different? Mr. Leong, do you remember why the color could be different? If let's say the color produced by our material is due to meditation, so why the color come from?
Depending on the level of energy or the warmth that we process.
Okay, level G. Okay, well, I think maybe you guess something is right because in the yoga tradition, class, let's take a look. Basically, different of the yoga, different of the chakra will have a different color. Let's take a look. Chakra. I think you are correct. Basically, the highest color you see is the purple or indigo. Then it's the blue color. Then you see the lowest chakra is the red color. Okay, but anyway, the chakra location is quite different, but you will see it's in the middle here. So another possibility due to the level. So meaning to say the blue, if the color is the blue or indigo, it means that your level of concentration should be better. But for Buddhism, usually they ignore the color. They more emphasize on the stability. If let's say your nimitta appeared, it keep on running, it keep on moving, well, it might be very interesting, but it is not stable actually, and you are not ready for a jhana. So what you try to do, you should keep on meditate. Hopefully that it will become stable, and usually the form and the color also can be due to the perception. Basically, whatever color you want to see, it will appear exactly what you want to see. So sometimes for those who have inborn a good talent to do the samadhi, it could be quite dangerous. Because meaning to say, your work could be created by yourself. Do you feel anything very familiar from this sentence? The work created by yourself? Samantha, you hear this? Where do you hear this before? Samantha?
No idea, our thoughts.
Is it from Bible? Something like that? All right? So the God said, I create the world by myself. Whatever I want, I start to create the sun, the moon, some sort of like that. So sometimes we try to link, maybe this is some power of the samadhi. Possible, we try to link that. So class meaning to say that the Yogacara experience, remember, in the history of Buddhism, is due to the samadhi. So they start to notice that the whole world is an illusion. And then when the illusion gone, the big cell, the giant cell will appear. The whole world will unify all together. So this is what they experience during the samadhi. So, and this usually color, shape, anything will appear is due to the material originated from the consciousness. And usually from the cell itself, the color play the roles and the fire elements play the roles for this thing happening. Okay, so class, so this is the one. Then we go to the next. Okay, fire elements. And then, of course, if let's say in external, there will be some geological transformation or climatic, also considered as material phenomena originated from the temperature too. Okay, so the last one is the nutriment. Yes, okay, yeah, yeah, Mr. Leong, can you please read the passage? Nutriment as a mood. I think Sally, you haven't read yet, please, Sally.
Nutriment as a mode of origin. Nutriment known as nutritive essence on reaching its stage of presence produce material phenomena originating from nutriment at the time it is swallowed. Material phenomena originating from nutriment. The internal nutritive essence supported by external produces material phenomena at the moment of presence, starting from the time it is swallowed. The nutritive essence that has reached the presence of in the material groups originating from nutriment produces a further pure octet, and the nutritive essence in that octet originates still a further octet. Thus, the occurrence of octets links up to 10 or 12 times. The nutriment taken by a pregnant mother prevailing the body of the embryo originates maturity in the child. Even nutriment smeared on the body is said to originate materially. The nutritive essence in the internal group, born of the other three causes, also originates several occurrences of pure octets in succession. The nutriment taken on one day can support the body for as long as 7 days. Analysis by way of origins. Therein, the material phenomena of the heart and the 8 faculties are born of karma. The 2 media of intimation are born only of consciousness. Sound is born of consciousness and temperature. The triple qualities of lightness, malleability, and wilderness arises from temperature, consciousness, and nutriment. The inseparable material phenomena and the element of space arise from 4 causes. Characteristic material phenomena does not arise from any cause.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, class, basically, once we talk about the nutriment, nowadays, I think we will consider whatever go into the cell is supposed to be the glucose, the peptida, the protein, and also the fat lipid profile, the lipid, all the subtle, all the digested and the very minor part of the nutrient will be considered. I mean, nowadays go into the cell. Well, in our Buddhism, we believe that once the food go into the body, it could be regenerate, at least for one generation to another generation, but not exceeding 7 days. This is the reason why, class, during the monks, they do the meditation. Usually, they wouldn't meditate more than 7 days. Because if you meditate more than 7 days, you will die for starvation, hunger, or lack of a nutrient, or maybe in a simple way that your muscle and the organ might be burned out. Once you come out from a samadhi, you might die. This is the reason why before they enter to the samadhi, even though go a very deep samadhi, according to the Visuddhimagga, they will just, to hint, they will program their, prefrontal cortex that let me come out from the samadhi, not more than 7 days. They will just make a vow like that. The days is one of the consideration. The other consideration is the order from the Shakyamuni. Okay, because if the Shakyamuni asks you to come for a vote, and if you absent and you didn't delegate anybody to vote for you, then you will commit one tukata or one pachitiya. You will commit one crime. So that's why people, even though they can go to a very deep samadhi during Buddha time, but they will have to limit themselves the time, especially with the order of the Buddha, and also because of the nutrient. There got one case in the Chinese Buddhism. Actually, historically, Chinese Buddhism, they got some high monks can meditate very well. They got one monk, he meditate, in the underground of a building. So he make a vow that, okay, please make me to come out from a samadhi once I listen to the hitting of the wood fish. In our Chinese temple, before we are eating, I think maybe Elena go to Fo Guang San. You were hearing the sound from this. Qi ao qiao qiao, 打板 打板吃饭. Take a look. So in Chinese, we call it as hitting a wood. You will hear the sound for this. And then all the monks they will gather together and queue up and go in to the dining hall. So they got one monk, he make a vow that he said that, okay, once I listen to the hitting of the wood, so I should come up from a samadhi. But don't know why, when he start to meditate, war occur. So meaning to say that all the monks run away, you see. And the whole temple had been demolished. But he's still in the underground, safely. So I think about maybe 100 years, after 100 years, the building reconstruct, the temple. And then also the order of the life come back. So they still have a custom to hitting the wood before eating. So because it's already 100 years already, the sound come out from the new temple, and the monk listened to it. So he come up with a samadhi. You think what's the consequence after meditating for 100 years? Yes, Elena?
You sure only bones and skeleton?
Yeah. Immediately he died. Of course, he come off in the samadhi first, then the body cannot support already. So immediately die already. But of course, he can reach to a very high samadhi. Of course, we will reborn to a quite good realm because his samadhi is very high. So for this story, it mentioned to us that our body can only keep for a certain time only. But there will be one case is exceptional. In Taoism, they have got a special name for that. Let me look for you. Chinese we call it as a bhikkhu. This one. Okay, let me see the English. Bhikkhu. Okay, they call it as what? Bhikkhu, no. Grain avoidance, bhikkhu or the Taoist fasting. What does that mean? Means to say that during at that time, they were avoiding the grain avoidance. It could be takes 3 days, 7 days, 1 month, even though for whole year. This is for Taoism fasting. I think also it happened in the yoga tradition also. I think nowadays our fasting, most of the knowledge has come from the yogaism. Why they will abstain from eating the cereal at that time? How come they can do that? I think because the opening of the chakra. Plus, for the Taoism, if let's say you can really met a very high level of those who can do this type of abstaining from eating the cereal, they will do one thing for you, which is operating of the chakra. They will open your chakra to make sure your chakra open, and in some cases, they will make a hole at the top of your crown. You try to touch this part, they will through the chanting, they can make a hole, even though you can put how to say, you can put the grass on it. So when this is happening, opening in the morning, you have to do some qigong so that all the nutrients come to the body in the form of the light, or maybe in some of the moisture, so it will penetrate into the body. At the same time, they will use a mantra to stop the excretion of the stomach acid. So at that time, you don't feel hungry because acid no more excretion. Then if let's say, and it is very good to helping people to control their diet, especially if you have obesity. Just 10 days is good enough already. You from a very super fat people, second class obesity to become a normal people because no food. So keep on running, producing all the fat, you become a normal. So I remember this monk, Taoism monk, he stayed at the Chongqing, Jingyunshan. So got somebody also because obesity problem go up and learn the thing. But even though he successfully have a slim body, but after 10 days, when he go back to the city life, everything go back to the normal. See or not? But meaning to say that this type of abstaining from the cereal is a quite effective way to help out people. But if let's say you are a good meditator, I met before one guy who can really abstaining of the cereal for 1 month. Just drink the water only, but very refreshing. So I know this is not a Buddhism method. It's a Taoism and the Yogaism method. Have you ever tried that before, Mr. Leong? No. Anybody would like to try? Avoidance cereal. No eat anything. Anybody want to try? Nobody want to try. Well, if let's say you got healthy problem, I think you can go and try even though we also learn the Qigong we must have a right view in Buddhism. That is the crucial point. This is just one of the two only. Okay, so we finished already. How all this originating material also originating from the nutrient and the way of analysis. Let me see first. This one no need So we finished already. So rupa sangaha. Now we're going to the grouping of the material phenomena, the grouping of it. Group origin. Okay, let me. We go to the diagram in the first place before we go to details this. Rupa continuous of currents, time of the death, prime material. Let's see, Nibbana. No. Occurrence of the material phenomena. Let's see first. Origin from a nutrient. Okay. Let me look for the diagram for you first. Okay, chapter 4, number 5, number 6, comprehensive charge of the material consciousness. 262, please. Okay, page 262, the diagram. 262. Okay. Yes, this is the one. Rupa Sangaha. Okay, 262. Okay, class, can you, wait first, classifications, space. Yeah, we need this diagram. Please come to this. This diagram is, what, 4 courses. Okay, please turn to the last page, page 263 for this diagram. And can you please do me analysis? Please do the analysis over the diagram. Analyze the diagram, please. Meaning to say that you have to go through the diagram. You will see the different color, and then you will see the numbering. So from here, you will get some clue from it. Please analyze now. Do the analysis now. If you don't have the book, maybe never mind. Just have a look. They will be fine. Okay. Well, if you don't have the books, you can just have a look to the figure. To the figure. Okay, Cecilia and also Samantha, you don't have a book, right? You don't have, right? Okay, never mind. I think I stop here. Well, I will send you the diagram. So next time, you take a look to the diagram. Abhidhamma class could be very interesting if we have a lot of puzzle. You try to, guess over it, and then I have some also extra material. It could be very interesting also. Okay, we start our class here. Then I will send you all the diagram. And then in the next lesson, we analyze the diagram and make it finish. Then the whole chapter of the Rupa is considered finished already. Again, class, remember that this type of the Rupa is quite different from the yoga tradition and the Qigong. So in the Qigong, usually once we do the Qigong, we are from the body to the mind. To Anapanasati is from the mind to the body. Meaning to say, if you concentrate very well, then you will get healthy. But opposite, if let's say you do the Qigong, hi baby, if let's say you do the Qigong, meaning to say that you try to open all the chakra, but all the material, the chakra are also meridian, which is invisible also. You can only see it through the third eye. So, but they are still under the category of the material, and we never discover this type of things in the Nikaya and the Abhidhamma, but only in the secret school only. Secret school sutra only. Okay, that's the class for today. I'll send you the diagram later. Okay, please palms together. I wish to inculcate.
I wish to
inculcate
More favorable consciousness.
more favorable consciousness
Through transferring merit.
through
transferring merits
To my past life enemy and relative.
to my past life enemy and relatives.
May they be liberated.
May they be liberated
And free from suffering.
and free from sufferings.
Attain Nibbana.
attain
Attain Nibbana
And helping others to do the same.
and help others to do the
and
same.
others to do the same.
Yeah, Elena, please.
Thank you, Sifu, for the class today. We pay our respect. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu.
Bye-bye, baby.